And welcome back to SP.Channel. Imagine for a moment, if you will, if memory reaches that far back for you. It's 7 p.m. on any given night in 1992. You turn on your TV and you're greeted with countless stories of unidentified flying objects in the skies above your home. Stories of countless individuals all claiming to have encountered little gray men. Sometimes it was only a sighting. Other times, the stories took a darker turn and went into tales of abductions from one's own bed at night. To add fuel to the flame, even reputable news outlets would often report sightings of unidentified flying objects in the skies above. As a kid, these stories fascinated me. I wanted to learn more about the little gray men from outer space that came to take us from our homes. As I've gotten older and times have changed, we've seen less and less of those stories, to the point now that such stories are nearly unheard of on television. The irony to all of this is, from a scientific viewpoint, we have never been more certain that extraterrestrial life must exist beyond planet Earth. From Albert Einstein to Stephen Hawking to Neil deGrasse Tyson, some of the most scientific minds on planet Earth are convinced we are not alone. Right about here, I'd like you guys to consider something. The idea that aliens visiting the planet Earth is nothing new. Extraterrestrials entered a pop culture explosion back in the 1950s, almost the very moment television was popularized worldwide. But to truly dig back through history, to truly study ufology, there are stories of visitors from the stars spanning back thousands of years. Some would even claim extraterrestrials visited the planet Earth before humans were even here. So why is there this sudden silence on the subject of UFOs in media today? Why now would a person suggest that you may be delusional if you believe there could be such a thing as extraterrestrials? In this modern day, that is a question for the ages. Some people would say there is a cover-up, that governments around the world would lose control if people knew there was something out there more intelligent, more powerful, more frightening than they. And yet, science demands answers. Science demands the truth. We have theories like the Drake equation that calculate the average rate of star formation and the average rate of planet formation around those stars, and the average number of habitable zones around said stars that could develop life. Why do we have things like SETI? Why do we have some of our greatest philosophers, some of our greatest minds, some of our greatest scientists on Earth seeking for these answers, spending billions of public dollars searching for answers if they're not convinced that there is some proof to be had? Science has never been more convinced that we're not alone in the universe, but you wouldn't know that just from turning on your TV. No, today's media is all doom and gloom. Wars and rumors about wars. The public's so busy being frightened of itself, it's far too busy to be worried about little gray men from the stars. But nothing has changed. There are still hundreds of thousands of new reports made annually of sightings, abductions, missing time, and even disappearances. But you won't see that on CNN or Fox today. I leave you with this one question. Of all the witnesses, of all the reported cases, of all the paperwork and testimony, millions of people have come forward with their accounts. If even one of those stories turned out to be true, would it change the way we look at ourselves? Would it change the way we look at the universe? Would it change the way we look at each other? If we knew, if we had evidence, if we had proof we were not alone, would we be able to stop fighting? For just a moment, to come together to greet our visiting neighbors from the stars? I want to thank you guys for coming. You really don't know what it means to me to know that I have an outlet for my thoughts, to know that people are there listening. It's a warm feeling to know that when I need you, you're there. Thank you, each and every one, and make sure to tune in next time to SP Channel.